Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, and we have a lot, so I need everybody paying attention. The first thing we need to do is a practice quiz for the quiz we're going to take. We've been talking about this thing forever, but we haven't had class in forever. So we are going to do a practice right now. So you guys out there in virtual land need to find practice quiz 1.3 in Schoology. Let's talk about this slowly and carefully. Get this figured out. Whoop. There we go. All right, everybody got one? Whoop. Eddie, how did I miss you? Okay, so practice quiz. Here we go. Let's see, I've got. Hang on, I'm going to send a quick email. Oh, we got one more. And then. All right. Here we go. Make sure I turn this on. I did. All right. Some of you are already busily working away on the practice quiz 1.3. So here we go. Our number line. And we got a point at -4 and a point at -2 and a point at -1. Oops, that's R. And we got another point at 2. And 4. We got 5 and 6 out here. I guess I'm mixing them up. So we got 0 and 1. That's all we got in there. 0 and 1. And -3. All right, so we got the labeled points. Those are the ones we're looking at here. So let's answer the questions. What is the midpoint of PT? So what's halfway between P and T? Eric? 0. Now, remember we can do that either by counting in like this until our fingers come together, or, Jacob, you want to put that away for me? Or we can do it algebraically by simply finding the average. So if we add -4 plus 4 and divide by 2, we get 0. So the midpoint is 0. All right. What is the midpoint of RS? Now this one is a little bit harder because if you do the finger thing, when we bring them together, they're going to come together right here, aren't they, Carson? Mm-hmm. What is that?
0.5.
0.5. So if you do it with your fingers, that will always work, count correctly, obviously. Or you can average. -1 plus 2 divided by 2 is 1/2, or 0.5. Midpoint is average. Does anyone have a question about that? Okay, we're going to take this quiz in a minute, so we want to make sure we ask our questions. Yep, we are. It's going to look just like this, I promise. All right, next question is PS, so this is PS, congruent to RT. Now, in order to answer that question, it's real simple. You just got to figure out how long they are. So, Scott's shaking her head no. Let's see. PS goes from -4 to 2. So you can either count. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or you can subtract. 2 minus -4 would be 6. Either way, counting is fine. So that one, PS, is 6. Now what about was it RT? So what about RT? Well, RT is -1 to 4. Isn't that only going to be 5? So are they congruent? No, why not? They aren't the same length. If you're going to be congruent, it means you're equal. Now on the quiz, when you answer that question, make sure you put a sentence there. They aren't the same length, or they are the same length. What is the length of QS? So QS, how far is it from Q to S? Well, some of you just look at it and know. Some of you might want to count 1, 2, 3, 4. And some of you might subtract 2 minus -2.
What did you just say, 4?
4. The answer is 4. How far apart are they? What's their distance? Or what's the length? 4. Perfect. Anybody have a question about section 1 there? Okay, if push comes to shove, you can count. Okay? All right. Now we've got a line, or a segment, I should say. And we know that AB is 16. And we know that AC is 39. So pay attention to the letters. AC is the whole thing. Yep. So it says, what am I looking for? BC. Isn't it 39 minus 16?
23.
So wouldn't that be 23? Yeah. Does that make sense to everybody? Now, this one's a little harder. Because this one says that AB is 2x minus 5. And BC is 5x plus 4. So watch the letters, BC. And AC, that's the whole thing, is 48. Give me an equation that is going to help us solve that, Dana.
2x minus 5 plus 5x plus 4 equals 48.
She is right on target. That is perfect. Girls, I need to see your faces. Thank you. Turn them on, please. Turn your cameras on. Thank you. Jocelyn, need to see your face. Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to solve this equation. How do we do that? Combine like terms. So 7x minus 1 equals 48, is that right?
Yeah.
So then I'll add 1, so 7x equals 49. So x equals, did you get 7?
Yes.
Now be careful. The problem says find x, so you got it. X equals 7. But it also says find BC. So come back up here. BC is 5x plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll put 7 in there. 5 times 7
35.
plus 4,
39.
39. So BC is 39. Carson?
For A and B, when we say what BC is, on the quiz, can we just write BC and then equals?
Yep.
Because there has to be
Yep.
any
Nope. That, nothing fancy. That's it exactly. All right, now we have a backside. All right, so let's see what's happening in this situation. We have a similar picture. And they're already marked for you. Now, it says F is the midpoint. So this is the midpoint. What does it mean to be the midpoint? In the middle. Which means what about these two pieces? If this is right in the middle, what does that tell you about these? Patrick? They're equal. So that's your equation. 3x plus 5 equals 6x minus 19. Whoops, I was looking at my computer because I'm hoping we have a couple more check in. Everybody okay with that equation?
Mm-hmm.
So now, and we do that because midpoint means they're equal. So now we start moving things around. And of course, it doesn't matter which way you move things. We all should get the same answer. I got 8 for X.
Me too.
You too? I like it. Everybody get 8? Let's make sure we did. Now, pay attention to what the question is. It doesn't say find X. It says find DF. DF. So DF, I'm going to put 8 in there. Right? And I get 29.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says find FE. All right, so FE, I put 8 in there. What is 48 minus 19?
29.
Oh my gosh, did I expect that to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because if F is the midpoint, didn't you tell me these two equaled? And they do. Then it says find DE. Well, what's DE? The whole thing, which would just be 29 and 29. So 58?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Scout.
So I saw it, could you potentially just do one segment and then whatever that ends up being?
Yep. Now, I like to do both, Scout, because that's my check to make sure I got the right answer.
Okay.
But yes, you're right. The minute I knew this was 29, this has to be 29. Unless I made a mistake in here somewhere. All right, anybody have a question about that problem? This should be an easy quiz, guys. Any question about that? All right, let's look at the next one. All right, so the next one, we've got P, R, and Q. We know this is 3x plus 8, and we know the whole shebang is 8x minus 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they tell me that this is the midpoint. So what did you just say that meant? If that's the midpoint, person,
It's in the middle.
it's in the middle, which means these two pieces are equal. So if this one is 3x plus 8, then what's this one? 3x plus 8. Now, these are the two pieces, and this is the whole thing. So what equation is going to come out of that? 3x plus 8 plus 3x plus 8 has to equal 8x minus 4. Because piece plus piece equals whole, or little plus little equals big. Does that make sense to everybody? All right, let's solve it. What does this side simplify into right here? No, not 9x. 6x plus 16. Right? 6x plus 16. And then I can start moving things around. I got 10. Anybody else get 10? Anybody not get 10? I'll go through it step by step if somebody needs it to see it. Okay, now make sure you're answering the questions. What do we want to know? We want to know PR. PR. Okay, if I put in 10, it looks like PR is 38. And I want to know RQ. Well, that's going to be 38 also. And then I want to know PQ. So you can either plug 10 in here, or you can just add those together, and you get 76. Either way. Any question about that? Okay, now we got a little vocabulary, okay? What is the measure of an acute angle? Less than 90. So please write less than 90 degrees. What is the measure of a right angle, Jacob?
90 degrees.
90 degrees. What is the measure of an obtuse angle, Patrick?
More than 90?
More than 90 degrees. And less than 180 degrees. Very good. More than 90, less than 180. So between 90 and 180. You can say that. Between 90 and 180. And then finally straight, Carson?
Is that just 180?
180 degrees. A straight angle is a straight line. It's 180 degrees. Okay, and then in number 6, everybody okay with the definitions? Okay, number 6. We have to name the angle. Now there are a couple of, actually there are 3 ways you can name this angle. Anybody want to take a wild guess why I named it LKF? Those are my initials. Am I an egomaniac or what? Those are my initials. All right. How can we name it? Bryson, give me one.
Angle K.
Angle K. So one way to do it, when you only got one angle in your picture, you can just use the vertex. You can just say angle K. What's another way, Declan?
LKF.
Angle LKF. Perfect. LKF. Patrick?
Angle FKL.
FKL. Angle FKL. Now, what's the magic formula for these that use 3 letters? The K has to be in the middle. The vertex must be in the middle. Now, do you feel like you have a grasp of that? All right. We're going to take it. You girls, oh, got one more. All right, you girls hang on. We're getting ready to take the quiz, and I will give it to you. But first, we need to I got to distribute them to the rest of the team here, and I'll be right back with you. All right, you need to put your practice quiz away. It's not open note. And you need to make sure you put your name on your paper.
As much nature around your
And we're putting our name on our paper. And then it's just like the one we just did, so it's got a back and a front, so make sure you do that, put that away. Yeah, put your name back. Put your name on it. Go ahead and get started. will be talking to the girls on the screen, so try to ignore me. You guys are good at that? Just kidding. All right, Madison, you just missed the practice quiz, so do you feel like you can take it or not? We can do it tomorrow morning if you need to. Because okay, this is old, I mean, we haven't practiced in forever, Madison, are you sure? Because I videoed our discussion, you can watch the video later and get the discussion of the practice quiz and then take the real one tomorrow morning.
That's fine. I can do it now, but.
Well, it's up to you completely. Do you feel like you can? Are you prepared?
I mean, I can do it tomorrow when works for you.
Okay, well, we'll do it in the morning. Oh, shoot. Shoot. I'll have to email you because we have a meeting in the morning and I have to go to that. So I'll have to email you.
Do it now.
I don't, are you prepared?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, all right. All right, so here's what's gonna happen, girls. I need you to get a piece of paper. I'm gonna screen share the quiz and you can draw whatever pictures you want or write down whatever you want, but you're gonna do it on a piece of paper, okay? So hang on a minute and I will do that. Hang on. I'm still learning how to do this. Can you see it? Perfect. Okay. So again, all you have to do is write down the answers, or you can write down whatever else you want. Go ahead and get started. Let me know and I'll scroll up when you're ready. When you guys are done, you can just bring up your quiz, and then I do need to check your homework also, so if you could bring up your homework too, that would be great. We went over the homework on Monday, but I didn't check it.